Hey guys, welcome back to Gulfside Baitworks. Today we will be doing another color demo, or not color demo, I'm sorry, colorway. We are going to make our own Fire Tiger color baits, but we're going to do a simplified one. There's definitely more complex ways to do it than what we're going to do, but I think that it's good to have like a basic, simple version, and sometimes that works. So like I said, it's going to be pretty simple. The Fire Tiger that I grew up using was Rapala's version of it, so this is going to be somewhat like that. It's got green and then chartreuse and orange on the bottom. So we're going to do it as a two-color laminate, so if you wanted to do it in injection, you could as well. So we're going to do green over orange, and I brought out the chartreuse to do some color changing to make them a little brighter, to do a little mix. But all right, so we're going to start out with the top. It's going to be pretty simple. We're going to start out with 15 drops of avocado. So 15 drops of avocado, and that is Lureworks. I believe it's 115. Yeah, 115. I use it often enough that I can remember it. So yeah, so that's pretty simple, pretty easy. I am going to put big black flake in both sides. Um, so I got the 0.50 flake, and we're going to throw some of that in there, and that's going to go on both sides. So it's not I mean, like I said, it's a pretty simple recipe. We're going to put an eighth in there, and we're using swim bait blend today because we're going to pour some big eye fatheads. And I also grabbed the Cthulhu, so we're doing swamp trout and bait and tackle today. So yeah, that's pretty simple, right? That's our top half. Now for the bottom half, there will be a little bit of mixing going on. If you have a brighter orange, you might not need to do this, but the orange that I have here, I like this orange, but it's a little bit darker than what I want, so I grabbed that chartreuse as well. So we're going to start out with 10 drops of this. And we'll put 2 drops of the, and that is Flow Orange 124 from Lureworks. And we're going to put 2 drops of 107 chartreuse dye from Lureworks as well. Pretty Lureworks heavy today. In fact, I think it's all Lureworks. But all right. Now how? See, it's not very bright though. I think I want a little more orange in there. Let's put like 5 more drops. So that gave us 2 drops of chartreuse dye and 15 drops of orange. See, the thing I worry about is I don't want to opaque it out, because that Flow Orange will opaque out. All right, that's a better orange. See, this one's a little bit too yellow. This one's got some more orange to it, so that'll work. Now we're gonna put another eighth of black glitter in this one, and we're doing that 0.050 again. And I'm going to give you an option here, is if you want to bring some more chartreuse into it, we've got the chartreuse glitter from Lureworks. They make this in a bunch of different sizes. This is the 0.035, but I've got it in a couple other sizes. I just didn't want to go too crazy with it today. But yeah, so we're going to put that in there. And that one, you can call that one optional. Some companies do a bunch of chartreuse in their Fire Tiger, some don't. So, just depends on how you want it. But yeah, that's our color build. It's pretty simple. Just this over this. And I'm gonna reheat these and get the mold set up, and then we'll come back and pour. All right, guys, we're back. We got our mold set up and our plastic just came out of the mic. So let's get these going. We'll start out with the big boy here, the Big-Eyed Fathead from Bait and Tackle. Awesome mold. Easy to pour because it's so big. Yeah, love this mold. All right. Just like that. Pretty simple and easy, right? You know, and if you wanted to do 3 colors, you could do, you know, instead of doing the hot pour style like I do here, where you don't wait for them, you know, you could wait for that bottom to finish and then do like a chartreuse bloodline if you wanted to do 3 colors that way. But I think that it's going to be just fine like this. And like I said, you know, this is a simple version, so think of it as a base, and now we're doing the Big-Eyed Fathead Junior, so just a smaller version of the one we just did. And you know, this one you could use this as a base and develop something cool yourself, or if you want to throw this, I'm sure the fish will hit this just fine. Overboard that one a tiny bit. All right, now we'll pour the swamp trout ones. Now we got to remember these are upside down, so we got to pour our green first on these. Make sure we get it fully filled in. All right, I'm gonna try a little less green on this second one. There was quite a bit of green in that first one. So this one will be a little heavier on the orange. All right, guys, well, now we're just gonna give this stuff some time to cool, and then we'll be back. All right, we're back, so let's check these baits out and see how we did. All right, let's start out with the Big-Eyed Fathead Junior, because it's closest to where my hands ended up. All right. Yeah, look at that. I think we can call that Fire Tiger. What do you guys think? Maybe a little bit more black flake in the top next time, but other than that, I think it came out pretty sweet. Sure, I'm in the camera good. Love that avocado green. It's definitely something I use all the time. I've been thinking maybe of doing like a basics video. Let me know what you guys think about that. Yeah, check that one out. You know, basic videos, maybe do like 10 colors that you should have or something like that. Let me know if anybody likes that idea. Yeah. All right, and the Big-Eyed Fathead Original, OG. Yeah, look at that. I think we can absolutely call this Fire Tiger, and I think for a simple build, that's pretty cool. And of course, we could always do a more advanced one. Yeah, well, comment on there if you want to see me try a more advanced one, like maybe a capsule or something. But yeah. There we go. Make sure I'm in the camera here good. Yeah, we can see the chartreuse glitter down here. You know, in the black, I do think that if I make these again, I probably will go with more of the big black than the top because it didn't get as much as I would have liked in the top. But other than that, I think that this colorway worked out pretty good. Now we got some Swamp Trout Baits Cthulhu's. Oh, look at that. Yeah, those came out cool. All right, and I think this one had more green, so let's see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, this one's got a lot more green in it. You know, that's another cool thing with the open pore molds is you can kind of modify that real simply. If you want more of one color than the other, you just pour one more of one color than the other. And you see here, we got one with more green in it and more orange. Flip them over. Yeah, so the more green one, the more orange. So a lot of cool stuff we can do like that as well. Hey puppy. And Doggy just came in to inspect and see what we're doing. So let me set this stuff over here. We'll bring the camera around, check everything out. Got some chartreuse in my hands. Every time I touch that bottle, I end up with chartreuse everywhere. It's a dangerous thing. But all right, set these guys here, and I'll bring the camera around, and we can take a closer look. So yeah, here we have it. Our simple Fire Tiger look. And we'll come back and check out the Cthulhu here as well. All right. So yeah, there we go. There you have it. What did we end up doing? I believe we did 15 drops of avocado for the top with a 1/16 of black 0.050. The bottom, we did 15 drops of flow orange and 2 drops of chartreuse dye. And it had a 1/8 of black 050 and an 1/8 of chartreuse 135. And the molds again, we did 2 from Bait and Tackle, the Big-Eyed Fathead Jr. and Big-Eyed Fathead, and the Cthulhu from Swamp Trout. And of course you can get those molds at the respective gentlemen that made them. So hit up Bait and Tackle if you're interested in the Big-Eyed Fathead family, and hit up Swamp Trout if you're interested in the Cthulhu. So yeah, anyway, besides that, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe, share the video if you want to show it to anybody. Thanks for coming by Gulfside Bait Works.